Criminals, they are very determined to hurt people, and I will explain why. In this video, you can find out how criminals think and how they bully people. So in the minds of criminals, criminal minds tend to have a lot of anger and hatred even. So they act on it. Even abuse people. Usually become abusive themselves because they grew up in a home with no love whatsoever. Criminals and bullying is very bad, but it's like tied to each other. So criminals are the ones who might have previously been bullied throughout their lifetime and their childhood. So you can kind of see why they are the way they are, and there's reasons why it causes them to be that way. Another thing is that criminals might abuse drugs as well. They might have an addiction that they just cannot quite shake that causes the chemicals in their brain to change. They might use drugs to comfort themselves and act violent to get their way when their needs are not getting met. But criminals also want to be noticed and to be accepted and loved. They want attention, or maybe even fame, or to be on TV doing ridiculous things, in not a positive way at all, but in negative ways. They want to feel like they fit in with the bad people in order to be accepted by society. Criminals want the love that they never had. This is their way of reaching out for help, but in a negative way. They do not know how to help themselves in a positive way at all. They really need help really bad with their bad behavior. But I used 3 sources from Psychology Today of how to think like a criminal inside the mind of the criminal psychopath and inside the criminal minds. And I did those sources. And so to conclude, just know how criminals think to help you understand their minds as to why they do what they do. So therefore, it is always best to try to understand what is going on in the minds of criminals.